Hello everybody. Thank you very much for clicking into my video. I know a lot of people don't like me right now, and to tell you the truth, I don't blame you guys, for what obviously you read the title of this video. The four reasons I believe that Daft Punk is overrated. I understand where you're coming from. From what I'm coming from, excuse me, what I'm coming from, I, I knew that, I was around Daft Punk when Daft Punk came with Homework. Wasn't really much into the scene at the time, but I was there. I really got into the time when Discovery came into that album when that got released. That's when I really got into Daft Punk. Because for me, I believe that's Discovery. It's like a masterpiece, the number one album ever for Daft Punk. But as a fan, you can't really call me a huge fan, right? You can't really call me that because I can't, obviously, because I'm making this video, and different obviously is that they just, the way they're going right now is not really the direction that I believe is right for them. So that's why I'm making this video. So yeah, like I said before, this video is all about the 4 reasons I believe that Daft Punk is overrated. I'm gonna go with number 4. Only with number 4, Daft Punk only released 4 albums. This is from 1996. So if you can count 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that's around 16 years. 4 albums in 16 years, let me list them. They got Homework, they got Discovery, they got Human After All, and they have Random Access Memories, which came out in July. Yes, everybody right now is saying, no, they have 5. They have the last album they released was the Tron Legacy soundtrack. What do you think about that fucking album? I was fooled enough to buy the fucking album because I went to HMB, I went to any CD store, and it was all over the place. So, for me, $14.99, it's an okay price. It's a CD. I love music. Why not? I'm a collector myself. I collect CDs, I collect FLAC files, and I collect records. So I'm a collector. So Daft Punk, yeah, I love Discovery. Yeah, sure, I just purchased the Tron Legacy CD. Let me say about the fucking album, that is not a Daft Punk release. I'm pretty sure a lot of you hardcore fans agree with me. Because if the people that don't know, that don't have the Tron Legacy soundtrack album, that album is like 90% orchestra music. And that's not Daft Punk. There's electronica. Yeah, 30 second, 1 minute, 1 minute and a half samples. That's nothing. That's absolute nothing. That was trash. So yes, I am not considering the Tron Legacy soundtrack an actual Daft Punk release. Jeez, let me talk about that album still some more. Even my friends, when they're like putting in talking about the Tron Legacy album, they're not talking about the orchestra. They're talking about that 1 minute 30-second sample. I just nod my head. So for me, the Tron Legacy is not an official release. It's only 4 done. Only 4 left. So with that considering, Daft Punk, for like 16 years, only have 4 albums released? Really? So you're saying, with a group, a huge, humongous group, been around for a long time, only released 4 albums for 16 years? I would not be happy with that. I actually have problems with bands, groups, one person taking their time to release an album. I'm thinking 2-3 years, boom, that's the limit. 4 years, that's a long time. The only thing that's allowed for me for it to be keep on happening every 4 years is the World Cup. The World fucking Cup. Nothing else. Okay? So moving on. The number 3 reason why I believe Daft Punk is overrated is that they abandoned electronica. Yeah. I'm saying it. You know, don't like me, I don't give a damn. They abandoned electronica. When I realized this, when Daft Punk abandoned electronica, is when Human After All got released. That was, I did some research. I do, whenever an album comes out, either band, whatever, I do my research on it. And when this album came out, Human After All, I did research. And I realized that it only took Daft Punk to produce the album in 7 weeks. That was quick, very, very quick, and is very noticeable. With any hardcore Daft Punk fan would agree with me, saying that, yeah, that's very noticeable in this album, that especially with the main track, Prime Time of Your Life. It's basically they made 30 seconds in music, and then the rest of the way, they sped it up until it finished. That's a little lazy. That is a little lazy. I know you guys want to agree with me. Yeah, you want to stick to your right. Daft Punk is number 1. Blah, 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 blah. For me, that's fucking lazy. Okay? So yeah, moving on to it. When Human After All came out, I noticed something. I noticed that why would an electronica group just make a half-assed attempt on producing an album? Because they had 4 years to make an album, and they made a 7 weeks, half-assed attempt. Something's going on. I think they're getting bored. I think they're getting bored of electronica. And guess what? When Random Access Memories came out, which I bought, I was right. They abandoned electronica. Dance, yeah. They abandoned electronica. So that's one thing I believe. That's the third thing I believe that why Daft Punk is overrated. The second thing why Daft Punk, I believe Daft Punk is overrated, is that, yeah, they take a long time to release an album. Like I said before, 4 years. Okay, 4 years. 4 years. That's a long time. That is a long time. That is a very long time. And not even that. Okay, 4 years. Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to stop myself. Let's say, go back. I believe it was 2005, 2006. They released Human After All. Okay. Yeah, 2005. They released Human After All. 4 years later. 4 years later. Sorry. 4 years later. Huh. That's not when Random Access Memories came out. That's when the Tron Legacy soundtrack came out. So wait a minute. Could take them 4 years to release an album. They could release more music, but not as a Daft Punk project. They could make another project. It'll take him even another 4 years to release an album. Between Human After All and Random Access Memories, 8 years have passed. 8 fucking years. How in the bluest hell can anybody accept that? I do not accept that. I have Random Access Memories. I enjoy it very much. But it's just too long for any person. And they got bored of electronica. Like Dan Mouse, he releases an album every 2 years. He changes his style. Yeah. But he's still doing electronica. Fuck. I don't understand. Maybe they're not that good as you guys believe to be. Maybe they are overhyped. Okay. The number one reason why I believe Daft Punk is overrated is that most of the albums are not up to par. They are not masterpieces, okay? I can say this because I have every single album. I have freaking Homework. I have Discovery. I have Human After All. I have the Tron Legacy soundtrack, and I have Random Access Memories. I can say that the majority of the albums released are not the best, are not masterpieces, okay? And people are saying, "Oh, come on, you expect a group to release a masterpiece album every time they release it? If it takes them 48 years, then fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I do believe they should make masterpieces because you guys are telling me that Daft Punk are magicians, masters at creating their craft. And then, but when they don't release masterpieces, that becomes emote. It deletes itself. It gets erased. That's the number one reason why I believe Daft Punk is not the best you guys can say and overrated. If you don't like what I say, it doesn't really matter because this is my second time I made a video about this. I'll try to put a post on YouTube whatsoever on my first video. Basically, I want to say the same thing. Yeah. If I can point right, where's the dislike button? Go ahead. Comment below. Give you some suggestions. Fuck you. Daft Punk is the best. Stop saying all this shit about Daft Punk. You don't know anything. Blah, 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 blah. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's a free country. I can talk whenever I want to talk. You guys can say whatever you want to say. Thank you very much for viewing. You have a good night.